Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It is a honor to be presenter in this International Conference of Mathematics Education, or I-CMME 2021. I am Dian Putri Novita Ningrum from Mathematics Education of Faculty of Teacher Training and Education, Sebelas Maret University. I am the co-author of this paper, and this paper title is Students' Mathematical Conceptual Understanding, What Happened to Proficient Students? So, let's get started. First, introduction. Conceptual understanding is a competency that needs to be mastered by students in learning mathematics to build knowledge from their previous experience or understanding, and as a basis for solving maths problem or contextual problem. Students who apply memorization or procedural surely have obstacles in understanding information to solve new problems, as conceptual understanding includes the ability to develop, relate, and represent information in problem solving. And then literature review show that the mathematically ability of Indonesian students is still low based on the TIMSS and PISA research, and as well as their conceptual understanding. Therefore, it is necessary to follow the conceptual understanding of Indonesian students due to its low category. Currently, teaching and learning activities in Indonesia apply limit face-to-face learning to minimize the transmission of the COVID-19 virus and require students to be independent learners. The mathematics practitioner highly expect to achieve two goals of learning mathematics, namely producing mathematically proficient individuals. Indeed, the success of learning mathematics requires mathematical skill from each learner. Mathematically proficient students are considered or as good problem solvers as they are full of ideas, flexible, efficient, and have certain mathematical disposition abilities. And then the result of the NAEP survey in countries participating in TIMSS show that Indonesia was far below the countries with the most proficient students in mathematics, namely Japan, Singapore, and South Korea. The result of the 2018 PISA survey, the level of mathematics proficiency at level 6 of all participants with a lower score limit of 669 is revealed that the student level of mathematics proficiency in Indonesia is low with a score of 379 and mathematics proficiency level 1. However, this study doesn't focus on improving students' mathematical skill, but on the success and obstacle of mathematically proficient students in understanding concepts in mathematical problem solving. And then the center of the development and empowerment of mathematics teacher and education personnel explained that students are said to understand mathematical concepts if they meet the 7 indicators, but in this study only used 4 indicators. And then based on the literature review and some relevant studies, it is necessary to further investigate the success and obstacle and students in implementing conceptual understanding in mathematics, especially for students in the proficient category. This study aimed to describe the success of obstacle of proficient students in implementing conceptual understanding in solving mathematical problems. This study can contribute to ensuring literature on conceptual understanding in solving mathematical problems for mathematically proficient students. And then methodology of this research, that research type in this research use descriptive qualitative methods, and instrument use a test for students' mathematical understanding and an interview guide, and then data collection method. There is a test of understanding of the mathematical concept and semi-structured interviews, and then research subject. There are 3 students of an acceleration class in a senior high school in Tangerang, where the selected student were ranked first until third in the accelerated class at SMA 11 Kabupaten Tangerang. And then data analyze, use data reduction, data presentation, and drawing conclusion. And then research and discussion. The result of tests and interviews with the student with the first high score as AZ, and student with the second high score as NA, and student with the third high score as MK in the accelerated class, so that they have different conceptual understanding and obstacle in solving mathematical problems. This is the answer sets of AZ. Based on the answer sets point A in figure 1 and the result of the interview, it can be said that AZ can present concept in mathematical representations. However, AZ can develop the necessary condition for a concept. As this said, and the volume of B equals negative 154 cubic centimeter, it is clear that AZ doesn't understand the concept of the form of the geometric shape because is AZ clearly, clearly says that the volume of a geometric shape can be negative. Based on the answer sets point B in figure 1 and the result of the interview, it can be said that AZ can use and choose certain procedures by trial and error and get the final result of 100 rupiah belongs to the cash box. However, AZ didn't make the mathematical representation to solve problem B. AZ side, I got confused about making the equation, so I used trial and error. AZ can restate a concept from problem B because AZ had difficult from equation, so that AZ chose a trial and error strategy to solve problem B. And then next, figure 2, the answer sets of an A. Based on the answer sets point A in figure 2 and the result of the interview, an A success in providing a mathematical representation of the problem. However, an A doesn't carefully generalize conclusion. In A side, the volume of B is negative 154 cubic centimeter, and A clearly says that volume B is negative. Thus, NA doesn't understand the concept of geometric volume, and NA is considered unable to develop necessary as N or sufficient condition for a concept from problem A. And then based on the answer sets point B and C in figure 2 and the result of the interview, NA doesn't understand the concept in problem B. It can be seen when NA made the mathematical representation and then use the elimination method with a fraction result, and A said, then I did elimination method but the result was a fraction, so I used the manual method by trial and error. And A clearly said that an A isn't sure with the answer of fraction, but I can use the choose certain procedure to solve the second problem by trial and error and find the final result correctly. Next, this is a figure 3, the answer sheet of MK. Based on the answer sheet point A in figure 3 and the result of the interview, MK can make mathematical representation of the problem. However, there is a misconception in the substitution process. MK said the value of A is substitution into equation 1. The result is negative 0.025. If the value of A is substituted into equation 2, the result is negative 0.018, and that constraint MK clearly state that MK had a problem of substitution with the two equations result in two negative values. For volume B and slightly different, it indicates that MK cannot develop necessary and or sufficient condition for a concept in mathematics. And then, based on the answer set point B in figure 3 and the result of the interview, MK can restate a concept and also use and choose correct procedure. However, MK does not correctly make generalization. MK said because the result is the same and the money in the box, that then the money in not from the box. From example, if the money is included in the box, the total money would be 200 and 1000. MK made the wrong conclusion due to lack of actually that the value of of y is for the concept for the couple ticket, and the value must be even, which is 30, 34. So 1 plus 12 equals 13. Tickets are individual tickets. And then conclusion. Based on the result of the study, it can be concluded that proficient students are seen as good problem solvers as they are full of ideas, flexible, efficient, and have certain mathematical disposition abilities. Besides, they have more effort to solve problems, reason, develop understanding, and increase previous knowledge and link it with new knowledge. Based on the result of the study, based on the result of the study, it can be concluded that the proficient students had different success and obstacles in implementing conceptual understanding in mathematical problem solving. The obstacle, the developing the necessary and or sufficient conditions for a concept and restating a concept or conceptualizing. And then thanks for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.